What's up, guys? I'm about to share with you a very exciting episode of the Real Estate Level Up podcast where I have some incredible guests on who are not only mastermind members of mine, part of the Freedom Life community, but also just tremendous hearts. I love these people. They're doing an incredible real estate business in their hometown in North Carolina and just absolutely killing it. So you're going to gain a lot of insight from them. So help me welcome Glenn and Kari. Welcome to the Real Estate Level Up podcast. Today we have a very special guest, my good friend and mastermind members too, Glenn and Kari. So tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do, and who you are.
Hey, well, we're Glenn and Kari Paramore. We are from Ayden, North Carolina, the home of barbecue. If you've never been to Eastern North Carolina, I'll let you tell them how long we've been married. And
32 years, wonderful years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're in our really third year of real estate investing, and but I would say the last 12 months has been a wonderful journey with the right people. That our investing journey has really took off.
That's awesome. So, what's your real estate business look like right now? What are you doing mainly? Are you doing pretty house deals of creative financing? Are you doing fix and flips, wholesales? What's your business look like?
We currently have, I believe it's 12 deals going. And when we came into real estate, we majored in rehabbing. Of course, now we are transitioning to terms and mostly creative finance. So we have a little bit of everything currently. But we do have 3 rehabs going. So, but we are transitioning to terms.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's still fun.
About the rehabs, that is, not the terms. I love terms.
But so, one thing you will love, Andrew, one of our rehabs is a terms deal that we're paying cash for this house, but the owner is financing the deal.
Very nice. A little bit of a hybrid there. But you guys, you know, it goes to show, while I talk a lot about not liking to do rehabs and the time, you guys do them right, and you make good money on them. And so nothing wrong with that. Good. So go ahead.
My background is construction. So I'm a construction rat. So I came up in residential construction, and then I did, 23 years of commercial, big projects. So I'm kind of groomed in that construction world. So I have somewhat of an advantage there. And you can tell me your experience, babe.
Basically, I do real estate. I'm a realtor. But at the same time, whatever we don't buy, I list.
Smart.
So we do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I want to talk a little bit more about your license here in a moment, because that's a question I get a lot about. Before we delve into that, so you mentioned you've been doing the investing game for about 3 years, and that the last 12 months has really been go time for you. So how'd you get started? What happened? Where did all that start?
Oh, man, when we first got married, our first house, we bought it, we rehabbed it and lived in it. Mm-hmm. So we already had the process down, and we talked about it for a long time. But, with kids in life, you put things off. And so our kids got out of the house, we become empty nesters. We're like, we're going to do this as a business model. It's our time. We don't want any what ifs. So the rest is history.
That's awesome. Here we are. So what happened a year ago that transitioned things so powerfully for you?
We hired a mentor. We got in with a mentor. We invested in ourselves, and we went all in, no excuses. And being around the right people with the right mindset, with the right knowledge, has changed our life.
Absolutely. So normally, and a lot of people come on and share their growth and tell me that. Of course, I believe your mentor happens that their real growth happened when they hired a mentor. Happened for me. But I understand your mentor was the same as mine, Ron LeGrand.
That's right.
That's right.
Papa Ron.
Papa Ron. That's powerful. And it's amazing that good people attract good people.
I've known Ron for nearly a decade now and become very good friends. And it's powerful what happens when we get the right knowledge, right mentor. So what happened? What changed for you when you got a mentor?
The mentor took who we were and opened Pandora's box and pushed us and pulled took all the limitations off and just coached us through the process, and basically took what we were already doing and helped us believe in ourselves. And we just dotted the I's and crossed the T's, and you do one deal, you do two deals, you do 4 deals, you do 5 deals, and you got this train going, and you get associated with the right people, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Wow. That's amazing. What's been one of your biggest fears or challenges, hurdles that you've had to overcome?
Success.
Yeah. Success. Tell me about it.
When you're raised, in a box with a career, you have limitations on you. You have a safety factor. And then when you step into something different, being an entrepreneur, stepping out on this journey, you have people saying you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. But that's where the commitment comes in. You get a mentor, you surround yourself with the right people, and you commit regardless of what people say or opinions. You commit to what's in your heart, and you just go for it. And man, things change. It is a game changer.
That's awesome. Now, the two of you, not only spouse, married for many years, but you're also business partners. So I want to get into that in a moment too. And I'm excited to find out a lot more about what all that looks like. Of course, getting to work closely with you all, with you being a part of the mastermind that Leo, my partner, and I have together. It's we get to have a lot of fun together. But talking about your license, Kari, first, what does that look like for you? I get the question a lot of times. People go, do I need a license to invest? And I always say no. And a lot of people I work with choose to have it. So what's the benefits? What does that look like?
Well, basically, before we started all this is, having my real estate license was something that I always wanted to do. However, in this business, that's the first thing people ask, do you have to have it? No, you don't. And in some ways, it's beneficial to not have your license, but then there's other moments that it's really good to have it. So what we did and what we chose to do is make it a good blend and find ways to use all of our resources that has expanded our business even more so because of it. So
that's amazing. And I find about half the folks that I end up working with choose to get it, and about half choose not to. I'm one that chooses not to because I don't have the patience. God bless you for taking the time to get it. So, and it sounds like that your creativity is really the key to that, which really isn't anything we do. But what part has your mindset, what role has your mindset played in your success?
Ooh, that's a deep question.
Hanging out with people like you has been a great one. It's all who you hang out with and who's doing what you want to do and believing in yourself up here. You have to see it up here before it starts, becoming just reality.
Yeah.
And doing the work.
I believe someone has quoted this before, but I'm going to quote it again. Your company is a direct reflection of who you are. So until you change your mindset, you can try to go out and make $1 million or whatever your number is, doesn't matter, because until you get your personal mindset right, that's what your business is going to end up being, is a direct reflection of you. And that's been the biggest component, I believe, in our life, because you can ask our family and our friends, associates, they've seen a massive change in us, and it's been mindset. Total mindset. We've read the books, we're putting in the work, we're changing, our friends, we emptied our boat, we're creating a a new us. We have reinvented ourselves, and it's okay to be the small fish in the big pond, because you're going to become, who you're hanging around and who you're gleaning from and who you're connecting with. And it's all about mindset. It is a life altering shift that one must go through to be successful.
That's so true. And something I think that I know I missed when I started is I was like, I just need to learn to do deals. And realize that that's only a tiny fraction of it. What would you say? So you mentioned community, hanging around the right people. I know you're in the Freedom Life Mastermind that I host. What role or part has that played in getting in groups like the Freedom Life and other groups you're a part of and getting you launched to the next level?
Wow, the Freedom Life, it's the people being like-minded. It is a safe place where you can go in and be transparent and really, it's okay to say you're struggling. It's okay to celebrate your success, because just the Freedom Life Mastermind, we celebrate the pain and we celebrate the joys, and we can all be transparent. It becomes a family. It is really hard to explain until you go through it. And just our local, being part of a local RELU, and we're starting to create our own little network of stuff that without the Freedom Life Mastermind, that component wouldn't have happened. So now we're seeing the need out there of people. People have needs at all kinds of levels. And this Freedom Life Mastermind has opened our world up. There's this power in association. And again, you know as well, Andrew, but we believe in being knitted with the right people. And that's very, very critical. And sometimes being knitted with the right people doesn't mean you're not going to be uncomfortable.
So true and powerful. It's awesome that you share that, Glenn, because as you connect with the right people, something's been rolling through my head today. I was at the gym this morning and it kept rolling through my head. And of course, as you know, I definitely have done a few deals, a few hundred deals, and no real estate. And it's fun to me. I enjoy it. But what kept going through my head was I don't train people to do real estate. I train people to be leaders and attract the right people. And that's what kept rolling through my head this morning at the gym. And what you mentioned is one of the benefits you've received is the fact that you now are attracting the right people, being a leader in your community. And that makes my heart so happy to hear. Now, as you stepped into that power, what's that done? And you stepped into that role, attracting the right people at the community. What is that changing for your real estate business?
Well, look,
I personally think it's pushing us to where we were always meant to be. And that is to even help others ourselves. And when somebody approaches us and asks us, well, how do you do this? Or how do you do that? It's like it brings something out in you, being part of a mastermind and part of a team that is going somewhere. It just pushes you out of your nest and you fly in dimensions you've never been. And it just feels really good.
Yeah, we used to struggle. One of our biggest hurdles where we struggled to do deals. And now we can do deals at will. Yeah, once we can turn the wick up and off, we can do whatever, set the pace. And now coming into this role of influence, deals are coming to us. Our phone rings with wholesalers, with different people. And it's starting to get really weird for us. And this is another change. We're having people reaching out to us from all over our state, from other states. We just had a meeting before we came on here with individual that's in a role that's opening up so many other avenues for our business that we can't even comprehend. So, and wonderful things just happen, and it comes with ease once you get into their role of influence. But to influence, you have to be influenced.
So true. And it's something I often say, stop chasing and start attracting. And that's what you're experiencing right now.
Yep.
As you step into that role. And it's amazing because, I want everyone who's listening to this to realize what you just said, that just a year ago, you started really ramping things up. Now you are attracting people in your community to you, and deals are even flowing to you, and you can do deals at will. And that is just the natural progression of what happens in this business at whatever capacity that you choose to make it. And that's what's exciting, because it's totally duplicatable, is becoming that person. But it all starts here in the mind.
All mind.
Yeah, that's good. So what's been your favorite deal so far?
Is it the order house?
Probably our order house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, we had a beautiful house in a very beautiful neighborhood, a fairly new house. And you would never know it, but you open the door and there's 1,450 square feet, a foot and a half high of trash. Yeah, that pet odor, trash, horrible.
Smells like money.
Smells like money. And by the time we bought that house and we sold it and closed on it, it was under 90 days. And we just got it trashed out, made it a beautiful house. Everybody commented on it. The neighbors loved it. They were very gracious and thankful. And man, that's probably been my favorite deal so far because of that experience. And it's a smell you'll never forget.
That's true. You mind telling everybody what you made on that house in under 90 days?
I want to say, I had to go back and look, it was between 40 and 50,000.
I'm
not too shabby.
I love that. Those are those deals that come along every few weeks or days whenever you're in the game like this.
Yeah. We were closing on one on Thursday. It's going to be a 2-week rehab. And it's going to be very similar, except you don't have all that smell. Nice. It's going to be a pretty house.
We like those. So moving along to several, I know of the folks who listen to us are in partnerships, some with husband or wife, some with other partnerships. As you know, in our community, Leo and I have an amazing partnership where we lead groups together. Partnerships are a tricky and powerful thing. And when they don't work, they are the biggest struggle. And when they do work, they are the greatest thing you could ever be a part of. And you all have not only a beautiful marriage, but an amazing partnership that works. So delve into a little bit of that. What's it been like navigating as husband, wife, and then as partners in the business?
Well, when we started our mastermind with you and Leo, the first thing that you asked us to do, what was it? It's been 6 months or so. But the first thing you asked us to do was define our roles. Mm-hmm. What are we doing now? What do we like to do? And what do we hate to do? And what can we delegate? Well, we have delegated so much stuff out to other people. And now when I go to work, I'm doing mostly of what I love to do. And we went in separate rooms to do this. And then we came together. And so some of the things that he was doing, I took off of him because I enjoyed doing it, and vice versa. So we just found out what works, and you have to talk and communicate. So
yeah, you have to define your roles, and we love going to work together. We're best friends. We do a lot of cool stuff. I mean, we're sitting here in a hotel room, and our business is running. We've been working with 2 lawyers today on 2 separate deals, and we're here in a hotel room. I mean, how cool is that? We're getting ready to go to the beach after this. Nice. And but a year ago, that wouldn't have been possible because our lives were so chaotic because we didn't understand our roles. But now that we've created a true business partnership, it's made our whole life better. And you got to define your roles and have some boundaries there But to all those husbands and wives out there, this does work, and it's very, very enjoyable if you do it right.
I love that. And what's been the toughest challenge as business partners? Like, what's been the thing, what pops in your head first? I'd like each of you to answer that.
Finding out when to talk to him and when not to was probably my most difficult part, because as we were learning, we had those days that we snapped at each other and things like that. So I found my boundaries with him, when was a good time, or taking apart in the day in our schedule and say, hey, this is the time we sit down and talk, whether it's about an issue or what are we going to do the next day, things like that. So
yeah, I would piggyback on that. We got honest with ourselves and with each other. And because sometimes in life, you don't want to deal with the mistakes you've made, or, you know, the problems that are going on. You want to deal on the good. Everybody wants to think about the check you get, but they forget about everything else. And we just sat down and we got really, really honest, brutally. And that changed our life, because that's when we truly developed into who we need to be. And we fired ourselves. We fired our old selves. Mm-hmm. And we are new people. Mm-hmm. And it's a wonderful thing.
If we were to go in a big business the way that we were, it would have failed. Reason being is because if we can't work together, how in the world can we bring on a team and work with them? Amen. So
culture.
Yeah.
We're building culture.
Yeah, and I love that you shared that, because I think so many times in the early stages, especially of any business, but, you know, we're talking about real estate, it's easy to think, if I can just get enough leads, which that helps, right? No leads, no business. If I can just close deals, and those are all things that are so necessary. But yet, if you're going to grow past that level of just doing a deal a month and being a nice little great income that you make, and you're actually going to build it into a business, an automated business like you all are building, to make that happen is powerful. And it requires that we become and transition ourselves to be people of culture that attract the right culture, attract the right team. And I love that you're building it on such an early level. And that's powerful. Well, what is the biggest piece of advice? Somebody who's listening to this and they're looking to do real estate to level up their business, what's your biggest piece of advice for them?
Oh, mentor around the right people. You are the best in the business. Of course, you know, Ron's world is great, but the beautiful thing about having mentorship, you not only have the mentorship of that person who's mentoring you, you have all that wonderful knowledge and mentors that mentor them, and so on and so on and so on. You create a tree of life. I would like to put it to you that way. If you're not associated with someone or a good tribe who can feed you, you're going to fail, and you're going to fail miserably. But if you get connected with the right tree, you can do anything you can dream of and even more.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest advice. You got to spend money on yourself and get associated with the right people, the right tree.
And take action.
Action.
Awesome. So for any final parts, any words of wisdom, any burning advice you have for the beginners out there, what would it be?
You want to go first?
You can go first. I'm trying to think.
You got to believe in something bigger than you, but you got to have a why. And it's got to be more than money. Money cannot be your why. Get a why in your life, figure out what that is, and you can do anything in life you put your mind to, getting associated with the right people.
That's awesome.
I can't think of anything. He did good.
He did real good. I like that.
Because he just takes the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I'm excited for you all. I'm excited because you're just such a testament to everyone listening to this of what can happen in, frankly, a very short period of time when you just decide to make it happen. Get your mindset right, get your communication right, and get your deals right. And I'm excited for that. So you guys are on the beginning. I'm going to call it the beginning because I see so many great things ahead for you all, and I can't wait to. Absolutely, can't wait to see you in a few months down the road. Have you back on, and everyone to see your growth. Thank you guys for being with me.
Tell everybody out there, level up.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for being on the RELU podcast today. What an amazing time. And last but not least, where do people find you if they want to come and look you up?
In Aden, North Carolina. Restore to More.
RestoreToMore.com.
RestoreToMore.com. Kari and Glenn Paramore. You're on Facebook, right?
Facebook. I'm got our own page, Restore to More. Find us on Facebook, LinkedIn. And we got more good things coming, so we're not hard to find.
Awesome. All right. Much love to you all. We will see you again very soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye for now.